Good morning, dear candidates. Welcome to Success Forum 2023 Preparative Group. Today we are going to present the particular competitive exam launched by the government few days ago, that is Injs and Cenjes 2023 competitive examination. Now, important things to note about the examination. This is provided to you by SUCCSS Forum. I know some of you may be asking about SUCCSS Forum. What is all about SUCCSS Forum? Take note. SUCCSS Forum was created in 2014. The mission of the group is to demystify the mystery surrounding Anglophone candidates' entrance into ENAM, NASLA, EMIA, INGS, Cenjes, Custom and Treasury, with other prestigious institutions in Cameroon throughout effective preparation. SUCCSS Forum has a staff composed of postgraduates from all different sections in ENAM, INGS, as well as postgraduates from other prestigious institutions in Cameroon. As at present, there are 42 teachers in SUCCSS Forum. So, to conclude this particular part, SUCCSS Forum is a preparative group that helps Anglophone candidates to be well prepared in order to go in for the challenges of the different public examination, competitive examination launch in Cameroon. So today we are going to focus with the candidate of INGS and Cenjes. But take note, dear candidate, that in a few days to come, candidate going in for ENAM, NATLA, right, Custom and Treasury too, we have their own, will also have their own message that I'm going to pass today concerning the INGS and Cenjes. Now, the INGS that was launched recently, we are going to focus mostly with the Principal Youth Action Counselor and the Youth and Action Counselor. Good. Now, take note that this competitive exam that the government launched will take place on the 12th and 13th September 2023 for sport, and September 16 and 17 for the written phrase. Take note that with INGS, it mostly deals, or it is to train sport teachers or sport personnel into the various domain of sport. Here, it is always believed that after the end of the training session, you are either sent to any government school or to the ministry or to whatsoever that concerns sport. Now, when the government launches particular area, you have the place offered in the competition are distributed as follow. You have, remember, it is divided into external candidates, civilians, and internal candidates, also the armed force, police, and other administration. So you have senior youth and action advisor. Here you have 18 places for external candidates. External candidates are those who are not yet in. Then for civilian public servants, you have 1. For internal candidate armed force, you also have 1. You have youth and action counselor. You have 18 for external candidate, 1 for civilians, and 1 for internal and police and army. So in total, that is what they are asking, 18. So in total, there are 20 space or places available for this exam. 18 for the external candidate, 18 for the external candidate, 1 for the civilian, another one for the civilian. The same thing with youth and action. There are 20 space. 18 for the civilians, 1 for the 18 for the external, 1 for the civilian, and 1 for the armed force. Now, the Article 2 of the set competitive exam gives us the conditions to be fulfilled in order to apply for this exam. You have general condition. Now, Cameroonians of two sex fulfilling the condition can apply. Fulfilling the following condition can apply. Now, the first condition is that meet the general conditions required for access to public employment as enacted by the General Statute of the State Public Service. Second, be 17 years old at least and 31 years old at most on January 1st, 2023. That is born between 1st January 1992 and 1st January 2006 for candidate or for external candidate, and 40 years older on January 1st, 2023, that is be born between 1st of January 1983 and 1st of January 2006 for internal candidate. Good. Now, specific condition for admission into the Senior Youth and Action Advisor Counselor for external candidates must hold a higher education certificate. That is all sector combined or any academic diploma issued by a foreign university and recognized as equivalent by the competent institution on the date of submission of the file. That is what degree holder. For admission to the Youth and Action Council cycle, for external candidate, hold either the baccalaureate of secondary education or three combined or the General Certificate of Education Advanced Level GCA level obtained in at least two subjects, except the subject religious studies or any foreign diploma recognized as equivalent. Article 3. Composition of candidacy. Composition of the candidate. Now, files can be submitted online at the address concoursonline.minifropa.government.cm or deposited in the 10 regional delegation of the Ministry of the Public Service and Administrative Reform until Friday, 1st September 2023 deadline and must imperative include the following document. For external candidate, which we are mostly concerned, you have a registration form stamped at 1,000 francs, stamped at 1,500 francs. The printout of which is available from the Department of the Ministry of Public Service and Administrative Reform or the regional delegation of the same ministry and can be downloaded from the website. That's the website that you have there. Now, this will cost 2,500. Good, but for some people, it might cost 1,500. If you know how to download it, it might cost 1,500. But if you want to arrive there or someone to download for you, it will cost 2,500. What am I saying? 1,000 for the form and 1,500 for the stamp. You have a certificate true copy of the birth certificate signed by a competent civilian authority. Here it will cost 2,100 francs, and it is signed at the council or at the due good. Take note, a certified true copy, right, will carry what? The fiscal stamp, which is 1,500. Then you will carry out the communal stamp, which is 500, total 2,000. The 100 francs there maybe is to photocopy or to buy the copy of birth certificate to fill with your hands. You have an extra from the criminal record. That is that's what they call in French, they call it casier judiciaire. For those who know in French, they call it casier judiciaire. Yeah, it costs 3,500. Now, it is established at the court. Now, take note, if you are a Cameroonian from the southwest or northwest origin, you are authorized to establish it in Yaoundé, Bafoussam, Douala. You are authorized to establish it. But normally, this is always established at the area where you were born. At the area where you were born. So if you were not born in the northwest or southwest, right, it means you have to go to the place where if you are not from the south or northwest, you have to go to the place where you were given birth to establish it there. Therefore, you have a certified true copy of the required diploma. signed by the competent civil authority. Good. For the first option that I mentioned above, you are going in with a degree. You are going to certify by the degree. For the second option, you are going to certify by the advanced level certificate. Now, you have an attestation of presentation of the original of the diploma signed by a competent or civil authority. At first, the DO never had the power to sign, but this now the powers have been given to the DO to sign the attestation of the presentation of the original of the diploma signed by a competent civil authority. He has the right to sign it now. It's not you go with it there and you pay a sum of 2,500, 1,500 for the stamp and 1,000 to remove you the attestation. You have the medical certificate issued by a doctor in the public sector. Doctor in the public sector. That is now you are instead going to the public hospital, and the public hospital around Yaoundé here that can do that very well. You have Yaoundé, you have Hôpital Biomarcy, you have the district hospital of Mendon here. You have the, you also have I think the district hospital of Fulan. Yes, those three particular hospitals they can do that. You have an information sheet duly legalized by a competent civil authority. This costs 1,600, signed by the DO. 1,600. Why? Because 100 francs is for the information sheet. After filling the information sheet, you put a stamp of 1,500, which will be signed by the DO. A receipt for payment of the sum of 25,000 francs CFA, issued by a person in charge of the Express Union's counter of the place of deposit of the application of the file. Then that's the amount of the concours. Now you have two passport size photographs, which cost 1,000 francs, particular in the red background. They have a stamp envelope with 1,000 francs CFA stamp addressed to the candidates. You can get it at the camp post. Now, after giving you all these conditions, what are the various councils and subdivisional areas where document can be signed easily? You have the first Yaoundé 6 subdivision, situated around Acacia. Both the council of Yaoundé 6 subdivision and the subdivisional office are found in the same place. Time to submit documents are from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and are collected back that same day. You have the majority of the document present there, such as an information sheet, an attestation of presentation of the original diplomat, a certified true copy of the birth certificate, photos, and you have a stamp envelope. A part of Yaoundé 6 council, Yaoundé 6 subdivision, you also have the Yaoundé 3 subdivision situated where at Efulan. There you have both the councils and Yaoundé 3 subdivision, and the subdivisional Yaoundé, the council of Yaoundé 3 subdivision and the subdivisional office. Time to submit documents are from 8 to 11 a.m. And are collected back that same day or the next day. You have the majority of the document present there, such as information sheet, an attestation of presentation of origin of the diploma, a certified true copy of the birth certificate, photo, stamp, envelope. Then you have Yaoundé 2 subdivisions situated at Tinga. There, both the council and subdivision are separated, and it is difficult the reason why it's preferable to sign in the above mentioned council and subdivision. Take note that any file that is incomplete, late, or whose document assigned in a police station will not be accepted. Document legalized by an administrative, municipal, or judicial authority must be dated less than 3 months from the date of submission of the file. What are the main papers for this exam? You have 1, general knowledge. You have summarization of text as English language. You have economic, political, and human geography. Then you have language. Language here, the Anglophone writes in French and the Francophone writes in English. To boost your chances, attend preparative classes. You can attend preparative classes where possible, like in Yaoundé. For those in Yaoundé, SUCCSS Forum has a town branch in Obili and the SWA branch. Those out of Yaoundé, online classes are going on too. You can contact 678 28 38 25 or 683 99 73 64 for more information. Thank you very much. This was presented to you by the uh, coordinator of INGS and Cenjes program at Success Forum. For any information, get back to us through this number. We shall give you the information. Equally, WhatsApp groups are available for those who wish to join Success Forum in order to boost their chance in succeeding in this particular prestigious concourse.